You will remember that in yesterday's film I stopped off at Broughton Moor, and I'm now going to be leaving Broughton Moor and heading down to and then on to Yewtree Tarn, which will be my next stop. So the sun is coming out. You can see the sunlight dancing over the estuary over there, and I'm hoping that the forecast today is accurate, because that will mean I don't get wet on this next leg of the journey. We'll see how that pans out. Well now, welcome back to the channel. Off we go again. Heading down the other side of Broughton Moor and on towards Coniston. It's still quite cold, but the gloves are drying out a little bit now. I had, as you will remember, an absolute drenching on the way home from work last evening, but I'm sure the gloves will be dried out by the time I head back home at about 9:30 tonight. It's looking like quite a busy evening in the kitchen. It's half term in Cumbria at the moment, and what that means is that there has been a sizable influx of people coming to stay in the Lake District for the half-term holidays, which means that a large part of this evening will involve cooking meals for children. So I was watching the latest few videos from Swinglish Steve. I'll put a link down below so you can check out his channel. He's a guy from England who rides a Vulcan in Sweden. His videos are always quite interesting. He's just put up a series of films about visiting archaeology sites in Sweden. Fascinating stuff, you should check it out. So far as I understand, his motorcycle has been in storage for the last couple of months because winter in Sweden is a very different animal than it is here. My eldest son, Benji Mouse. Hello, Benji Mouse. I know he's going to hear that because he watches all of my films. Was out on his motorcycle a couple of days ago for the first time this year. He said it were bloody freezing. Well, he didn't say it like that because he's got a Brummie accent. But you know what? Despite the fact that I spent the first 28 years of my life living in Birmingham, I absolutely cannot do a convincing Birmingham accent. But Ben can and does. Anyway, he was out on his Triumph. I've forgotten which model he's got at the moment. I think it's a 765 or something, I don't know. He was out on that for the first time this year. He said it was really, really cold, but he was glad he went out. Now, I'm hoping to pin him down to having a bit of a spare afternoon sometime soon, so we can go out and ride our motorcycles together. That's always a nice thing, riding with your children. I mean, it's a nice thing, but it's also quite worrying. Like when I go out riding with the Murgatroyd, I'm just like, oh, I'm so worried about you. Never worry about me, but I always worry about other people I care about and their riding of motorcycles. Well, I've got to say, I'm really, really pleased about the way the channel is going. I'm just going to keep putting up more and more content and hopefully become more and more grown. Now, you'll have to excuse me because this is a particularly troublesome junction coming up, and I have to focus. Back on the A593 now, and we are approaching the little village of Torva. Why is he pulling over all of a sudden? He's letting him out. He didn't see me. That was all fine. Though the car behind was turning left anyway. Here we are then, coming through Coniston and heading on to Yewtree Tarn, which is around about 3 miles away. So since I'm going to be stuck behind this Range Rover for the duration, unless he turns off here, turn off here, go on, turn off here. I will you to turn off here. He's not turning off there, is he? No, he's not. Okay, so I'm going to be stuck behind him for a bit. There are very few opportunities. Oh, there's another one up ahead as well. I'm stuck in a convoy of Range Rovers. Oh my me. They come up here on holiday with their Chelsea tractors, clog up our roads, 20 mile an hour. Just got to sit back and relax and accept it, because there ain't nothing you can do about it. Oh, that was impressive. Lots of displacement in a vehicle that big. We've speeded up a bit now, we're doing 30. This guy's been here a few days, he's getting confident. Maybe. I could be completely wrong, this could be a local. I have no idea. Maybe he's as pissed off as I am that he's stuck behind the Range Rover in front. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? I've got plenty of time to get to work. I could be at work in 15-20 minutes from here. I'm not going to be, because I don't need to be until 4 o'clock. We are very close to Yewtree Tarn, one of my favourite little stop-off points on the way into Ambleside. And that's where today's film will be coming to an end. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. If you have, then the logical next step is to go and check out some of my other films. If you haven't enjoyed it, you've probably switched off by now. And I do realise that a lot of you have the attention span of a demented monkey. So if you didn't like it, go and watch somebody else's drivel. In the meantime, we are the Mighty Guru Yoggers, and you really ought to like and subscribe. But only if you really want to. I'm going to do a little bit of filming around Yewtree Tarn. And this is now me signing off. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. This was actually the scene of a calamitous episode for me quite recently, maybe 6 weeks ago, when I pulled up here and forgot to turn the engine off. Now, for reasons that escape me, but they're not important because they're easily manageable, if I don't turn the ignition off straight away and maybe leave it 5 minutes, goddamn motorcycle won't start. And so I didn't have the power pack with me, so I couldn't jump start it. That's a lesson I've learned. I had to get in touch with the AA. The AA said they'd be 5 hours. It was a freezing cold night. I wasn't staying here for 5 hours. Freezing me little bits off. No! So I called up the Murgatroyd, and the Murgatroyd came out and picked me up when she'd finished work. I took out the battery, went back home, charged it up, came back the next morning, started first time, as you would expect. So, carry a power pack, guys, or, as I do now, religiously, the moment you stop, turn your goddamn ignition off. I've learned that lesson. So here we are, Yewtree Tarn. Fabulous place, very lovely. There's a little spot over there by the silver birch tree that I like to go and sit when it's a hot sunny day. And there's some lovely walks up the fells here. Oh, look at that. Petrol on the road is never good, but it does look pretty.